We are live. We are live. We are live, guys. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live this afternoon, this late evening. 6:57 in New York. We're streaming live from New York, guys. Welcome to Yard Chat. Welcome to another Yard Chat show. Welcome to another live show, guys. Wherever you're coming from, over state, out of New York, out of the country, in the local city area, or out of the country, guys. Welcome to another show, Yard Chat, guys. Welcome to another live show, guys. What's going on, people? Been a while since I came on, guys. Been a while since I came on to do a live. Been a while, but I'm on this afternoon, guys. You're seeing the thumbnails there, guys. You know how it goes. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to share my thoughts about this Karmelo, K, not C, not the basketball player, but we're going to speak about the K, Karmelo Anthony, man. Guys, we all been seeing the news. You know, everybody coming on, speaking about it. Everybody sharing their point of view. You know what I mean? It's a trending news right now. It's everybody's seen it, guys. We all see it, guys. So when you come in the chat, guys, press the like button so the video go in the algorithm, go out there, guys. Welcome to Yard Chat. Welcome to the live. What's going on, guys? Share your thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the chat. You know what I mean? About, we all seeing the case, what's going on with Karmelo Anthony. Leave your opinion, leave your comments in the chat, guys. Make sure you press the like button so the video engage in the algorithm. So we're going to speak about it. We have about 10 people in the chat, man. Listen, I'm going to keep it 100%. I'm going to keep it real and real talk, real reality talk about this case, guys. And I think a lot of people, man, a young man lost his life. It could have went a different way, guys. But the number one question that I want to ask the public, and I want to ask, and if this video reached his family, the number one question is this: why your son is bringing a weapon to school? See, no one is speaking about that. Everybody's about self-defense, this and that. You touch me, you see what happened. That's irrelevant. Why this young man is bringing a weapon to school? So therefore, if you could bring a knife in school, that means you could bring a firearm, because they both are deadly. Be it the person whose intention to and how the person going to use it. So in playing, he know that he brought. Why will this young man, if beef, as they say in school, if beef was so thick to that point where violence came into the picture? Now, violence, deadly force came into the picture. So before that, so you didn't go to your parents to speak to them about it. You didn't go to a guidance counselor. You didn't go to a dean, your teacher, anyone, another student, whatever. But why are you bringing a weapon to school? That's the number one question. And that's the question I want to put out there. Why this young man bring a weapon to school? That's where this is coming from. And that's where it starts and where it elevate, where escalate to a point where deadly force came into the picture. Now, check this out. We have a young man, Justin, was Austin Metcalf, right? Metcalf. If I, the guy, unfortunately he lost his life. And you have a parent, that burying a child, man, and no parents want to see that. And I saw a picture, a video online where the father say that, he forgave him, because that's what Jesus said, to do, and things like that. You know what I mean? On his point of view, I see where he's coming from, but there's still some grief, guys. The family is mourning that, they have to bury their son, a 17-year-old kid that had his whole life ahead of him. Even though if he was a bully or not, you can't. Why are you bringing a weapon to school? That's my number one question. And everyone is speaking about this and talking about it, but I haven't seen anyone really speak about why this young man decided to bring a knife to school for protection. But come on now, you know what I mean? And now, his family made a statement today, and from what I'm hearing, that they raised a lot of money, guys, a lot of money. You know what I mean? Listen. You know what I mean? I'm not going to comment and say, make no personal judgment, or none of us was there, and unfortunately, there's witness there, and people are going to start speaking, the truth, because these people are going to go get called in court, and they're going to have to testify to be a witness what went down. So it make a big overall picture where the jury could decide what went wrong. The judge could decide. Lawyers, it's, you know what I mean? But in Texas, in Dallas, man, you getting life or the death penalty, guys. That's how it goes in Dallas. I'm not sure, but I think you know what I mean. I'm not gonna say 100%, but I think it's death penalty. In Dallas, you know what I mean. If people, they don't joke over there when it comes down to that, but you know what I mean. People said that he got pushed. It doesn't matter to me. If you have a child that having some issue in school and that child can't go to the parents and go to the school and try to make some amend, try to do something, try to resolve the issue before it get to this point. So you trying to tell me Karmelo Anthony didn't speak to no one in the school, no guidance counselor, no dean or no assistant principal, no teacher, whatever, whoever it is, a social worker, whatever, a nurse, anyone, guys, to explain, things going down. So you took upon yourself to put a weapon in your bag and bring it to school. And now I guarantee you that school, they will now going to have a metal detector. And unfortunately, you have Austin McCaff, 17-year-old, was stabbed in the chest and died. I can't believe how our I can't believe how our community, man. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. I cannot support it right. Hey, Margaret, how you doing? So I can't. That don't sit well with me. That does not sit well inside of me to say that to people to donate money. I understand to raise money for his lawyer, but now I'm hearing the family take the money to buy a house, and I don't understand where our people are supporting. And some of the comments some of our people are making on their platform on social media is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But I don't know, guys. But I'm not going to speak and make no personal judgment. The only thing that I'm making a personal judgment on, because I'm a parent, right? On a parent's point of view, I'm going to make a judgment on that. So my issue is this. You have you have two parents, a father and a mother, and you have a child who's having some issue in school, bullying, he's getting bullied or whatever it is. And your child could never go to the parents and say, Dad, Mom, listen, you know what I mean, or call, but whatever. I'm having some issue in school and you know what I mean, and I'm getting bullied and I'm, it's not a good thing. Okay. So I don't know if there is no type of that type of talking that went down or any type of documentation that in school that he been bullied and this and that. Oh no, we don't know. I'm not getting, but I'm just coming from a parent point of view. So therefore, you mean to tell me your child don't have no type of communication with their parent to say, to make a decision, to make a decision like that, to take a weapon to school in your book bag. So I'm assuming that school do not have a metal detector, nothing like that. They will now, and I'm sure in Dallas or or Houston, whatever, the whole Dallas, Dallas, Texas, or Texas, they're going to reform. I know they're going to start having metal detector now because, as a parent, I don't hear about these people, the parents of Anthony Karmelo, speaking on why their child had to bring a weapon to school or resort to that, to that extent to deadly force. I don't understand why. As a parent, those are the questions that I have. You know what I mean? Am I right or wrong, Margaret, to say that? Am I right or wrong to say that? As a parent, that's a question I just want to say, and put out there in the atmosphere. And I'm saying it because as a parent, you don't have no type of communication with your child to say, oh, this what's going on, or you don't, or a parent, you don't sense something wrong with your child. That I just don't know, guys. For the child to make that decision to bring a weapon to school and use that weapon, that doesn't sit well with me because you don't supposed to bring weapon in school, number one. That is my issue. Forget about all this black and white. It's no black and white issue. It's people making a black and white, people in our community making a black and white issue. It's not a black and white issue. It's not a black and white issue. People need to stop that. Because when that went down, I'm sure those young men wasn't thinking about white or black issue. It wasn't a white or black. I'm sure people, you know what I mean? We want to make it to seem, and it seemed to me some people in our community want to make excuses or make excuses for this young man behavior, and I'm not that behavior. I'm not going to support that type. I don't support someone, you know, intentionally put a weapon in their bag and brought it into the school or on the school premises. That's my number one. That's my number one red flag right there. I don't care about what happened after. I do care about, you know what I'm saying, people. If that didn't, that if that weapon didn't, you know, came into the school or brought in the school, because that's what he did. He brought a weapon in school. So therefore, when you bring a weapon in school, that means you bring it for something. If someone bother you or this and that, because I'm not saying that he premeditated or trying to plan this out, but what I'm saying is, for you to bring a weapon to school, there have to be some type of reason why. I'm not saying plan, because then you know people go say, oh, you say that he premeditated, he planned it. No, I'm not saying plan. I'm not saying that. Yeah, you think he should go to jail for life, possible, and without the possibility of parole? You know what I mean? Listen, he should be held accountable for his action. He should be held accountable for his action. Number one, he should be held accountable for his action. And you know, his parents, no one is taking accountability for this young man. And unfortunately, he's going to go through the system, and the system going to give him a rude awakening lesson. It's going to be it's going to be a life changing. It's going to be a life changing. I believe it's going to be a life changing for this young man. Yeah. That was too much. You don't analyze someone because someone pushed you, and to that point, what I'm saying, GJS5. What I'm saying is this: you 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 in school or you on the school premises. You brought a knife on to the school in the school. There's no. You should not. That's what I'm saying. That's what blowing my mind. I'm losing words tonight because I just don't understand that a young man went to that extent because he's being bullied. So where is the parents? Where no one sensed this? He don't have no type of relationship with his parents to go to them and said, Mom, Dad, I'm having this issue. But you made a decision. You made a now you make a decision. You're 17 years old, and you have to be held accountable for your decision, because you cannot just, because you caused something, because you brought something in. Cause effect. Because I guarantee you, if the weapon was not on the premises or in his bag, none of this would have been occurred. Maybe they would have fought. Young men would have fought, strummed on the ground, they break it up and all that. Yes. But I don't think Justin McCaff, wouldn't wouldn't have been stabbed. That's my point of view as a parent. I'm not looking at this from a let the justice system play it out, because I'm not the judge, I'm not the juror, I'm not his lawyer. We're gonna get the law handle this the right and decent way. This is not about color. This is about fairness and righteousness. That's all it's about. And you have some people who want to turn into a black and white issue. Those people they are the one that love this type of mess. You know what I mean? They thrive on that, to divide people and bring up racial things and this and that. It's not about that. It's about someone else took upon himself before that. And this is what I'm going back. If the knife was not on premises, none of this would have occurred. So you have to go to the source. Who was the source? Unfortunately, it was Karmelo Anthony, because he the one that brought the knife into the school or onto the school premises, and no knife supposed to be there. on a track field or whatever it is. It should not be there. So therefore, he should be held accountable